The Group 3 Bahrain Trophy Stakes for 3-year-olds. Number 4, Scandinavia, started favourite with Nightime Dancer and Furthur, the next most betted.
Huge improvement on winning a handicap at first, the previous start for marking the high.
They're off. Ladies' Day at the Debenhams July Festival underway with the Group 3 Bahrain Trophy. A mile and 5 furlongs ahead of them. Scandinavia in the blue and orange is the first to show up as they meander their way through the first furlong. Further at this stage, racing a little isolated. Nighttime Dancer in the blue and white tracks the leading pair, with Hallelujah You in the cheek pieces and Titanium Emperor the early back marker as they begin a gentle right-hander at this point and move towards the end of the first quarter mile. And now Furthur, the mauve cap for Oisin Murphy, moves through to Scandinavia. They race on by a couple of lengths to Hallelujah You, yellow jacket, just shading third, shadowed in turn by Nighttime Dancer, and Titanium Emperor racing last of the 5-strong lineup, as at a decent enough pace now, nudging up beyond 35 miles an hour. Furthur and Oisin Murphy lead them into the turn with the Bunbury Mile about to stretch before them. Scandinavia a couple of lengths away in the slipstream of the leader. Hallelujah You a further 2 lengths back in third place, and then Nighttime Dancer and Titanium Emperor in the violet silks under David Egan is just last. Moving towards halfway then in the Bahrain Trophy, and Furthur setting the fractions here to Scandinavia. Hallelujah You racing on the near side of Nighttime Dancer, and Titanium Emperor firmly in touch, last of the 5 as they move inside the final 3/4 of a mile. And Furthur has just steadied things down a fraction, no more. Leads by 3 parts of a length. Scandinavia just beginning to apply a little pressure now. Ryan Moore, the blue and orange silks. Hallelujah You gently squeezed into the bridle in third. Right on his tail, Titanium Emperor is being asked for more. Nighttime Dancer still 1 place in front of him in fourth as they head on down towards the last 3.5 furlongs. Scandinavia on the right now, drawing up sides Furthur. Nighttime Dancer has been bustled up into third ahead of Hallelujah You. Titanium Emperor at this stage in fifth is just a little outpaced, and they're about to run downhill towards the last 2.5 furlongs. Scandinavia goes on. Nighttime Dancer, white cap, ranging up as a threat. Furthur looks to be backing out of it down at the rail. Then Hallelujah You and Titanium Emperor climbing out of the dip with a 1.5 furlongs to go. More in front here on Scandinavia and asking for more. Scandinavia stretching on over 2 lengths clear to Nighttime Dancer. They're playing now for places in behind because Scandinavia is powering clear in the hands of Ryan Moore, and Scandinavia wins the Bahrain Trophy emphatically. To Nighttime Dancer in second, Hallelujah You in third, then Titanium Emperor.
Scandinavia wins by a narrow 8.5 lengths. Another Aidan O'Brien, Ryan Moore victory, and this 3-year-old is now being talked about as a possible English or Irish St Leger runner. Note, the Irish St Leger is an open age event, and the last 3-year-old to win that was Search for a Song in 2019. The colt is also nominated for the Goodwood Cup, the Great Voltager for 3-year-olds, and the Lonsdale Cup. Second placed Nighttime Dancer is also nominated for the Irish St Leger on September the 14th. Scandinavia, definitely a horse to follow, but don't just follow him, follow Staying the Distance, the Melbourne Cup and Horse Racing Channel.
Fluctuation had to do with that, but Scandinavia, you can see the cheek pieces have helped, haven't they? Because he looked like he had plenty in the locker.
Yeah, like I said, Ascot, he was on his head, he was stuck on a wing, not really in his comfort zone. He was in 6th gear, he wanted to be in 5th, and it's just made it all a lot easier for him today.
Nighttime Dancer was second at 11-4, and I thought he had a chance at one point, Jason. He looked at me and said, no, it's not happening.
He was quite clearly keeping a lot back. When he poked his nose to the front and Ryan was stood up, Francesca called it doing the washing.
No, I didn't say that.
Before he got down.
I said, why did you say
Ryan was doing the washing.
I didn't.
Anyway, he got down into the drive away. He went. He was super.
Will commence again if you try to take our firearms.